Is this? I don't see the problem. This is not compiling. Oh, T2 is const. Oh, I think yes. No, it's const reference. Can't change that. Okay, I'll use 0 and 1 instead of 1 and 2. The first one is a line that goes through P0. No. Maybe X wasn't the best choice here. Do I have an I or something? But then again, I don't have a Y, so don't have an I either. Don't have anything. J. Okay, at least we have something that looks like an I. DJ. Yeah, happy New Year to you too. It is not still not happy New Year here because I mean it's not New Year here, but the thought counts. So before 8 p.m. Maybe swap this. Mm-hmm. Maybe introduce the x and y value of the points P as well, because in the end it seems to have been easier to work with than just vector formulas. Not sure though, but Can't call it xj. Let's call this it's just px j. Do something. pyj. Yeah, thank you. Happy New Year, you too. And hello, Tanner. Let's use epsilon vector. Guess I'll just use this one, although it looks like an E. Don't like that very much. What about this one? This one, italic E. Excusez-moi. Guess you can express the second one. I think probably can express it in D0 and D1 and epsilon. But for now, Let's just use some Greek character. Lowercase kappa. Oh, delta is also small. Usually can use kappa. Well, it looks like a K. I really don't have a better kappa. This one looks like a kappa. We paste it here and the curve is just gone. Ridiculous. No, yeah, anyway. For the x and y values, so now we get x 0 equals x1 plus epsilon, and y0 hello, it's Seifel. Yeah, maybe it's not really needed. I mean, the point is that this one squared plus that one squared is 1. So I guess, and this one squared plus that one squared as well. So there is something we can say about the relationship between epsilon and kappa here, which is, I guess, square both and add them. By the way, I posted this. Is now an answer or not? Still no answer. Or wait a minute, I had 5 upvotes. There it is, 5 upvotes. Yeah, but no answers. Okay. So you can read this as well if you want. It's about the topic. I posted this on Reddit. So that's what I'm working on, basically. Let's do square both sides and add. Now we get x0 squared plus y0 squared is 1 is that squared. Hello Jonathan, Happy New Year. How late is it where everyone is? So here it is, let's just say 8 p.m. I would like to know where, if you want to say it. You know, keeping track of how close people are to 2024. Yeah, don't say okay. Tell me how late it is where you are. Unless you want to keep it secret, of course. Oh, it's really... You mean it's January the 1st where you are? Abhimanyu? So you're already there. Yeah, 1970. UTC. The epoch. Did I calculate that correctly? And now we continue with y1 squared plus 2 times kappa times y1 plus kappa squared which happens to be equal to 1. That would be that plus that plus 2 times the in product between epsilon kappa and x1 y1, and epsilon kappa is E. In product was my dot with x1 y1. Where's x1 y1? This one, that is d1. Plus epsilon squared plus kappa squared, which is the length of E squared. So the length of E squared. Yep, because that plus that is 1, so that's that one. And then we get 2 times epsilon kappa x1 y1 plus that squared. Okay, well, it's just totally correct. From which follows that and then we have 1 equals this, so this equals 0. Which means that this equals minus that. No, I'm not a mathematician. I'm not sure where I learned all. What I'm doing now is, of course, well, in products maybe difficult, but the rest is high school stuff. Pythagoras. Vectors, yeah. I mean, theoretically I learned it on university, and I did physics. But if I had not used it a lot, I would have forgotten everything already. I think you need to know your vectors and your in products and stuff if you're a programmer. Dot products. I'm wondering if this is this makes much sense to write it like this. But like I said, there is a relationship between epsilon and kappa, and yeah, you can write it like that, I guess. So this means maybe I should bring the 2 to the other side. Minus a half, I'm sorry. So this means E projected onto D is minus a half times the length of E squared. How to interpret that, man? No, yeah. As long as it is correct, I can continue, I guess. Is it correct? This I just state. Then we to take the square on both sides, so we got x0 squared is all that squared, and we add it. Should I do it in smaller steps? Somehow you don't really gain much, I think, by doing it in by typing less. I usually think that is the case, but it's not really, of course. So we can do that. So that's just squaring both sides, and then we can work this out, which is then that. And then also we get the y squared. Square both sides. Is that one squared, which is y1 squared. Oh, this is much easier to check, you know. This is like, yeah, of course, this is true. Add both. Then we get this, and then I can just erase this and rewrite that one as like that. 2 times this one. And that is then 1 plus 2 times, there's a plus missing here, E in a dot product with D1, yeah, plus, and then epsilon squared plus kappa squared is square of the length of E, or it's not E, but it's italic uppercase epsilon, whatever, looks like an E. And then we can conclude that if you remove the 1, then this is 0. From that we can conclude that this is 0. From which we can conclude that minus E squared divided by 2. So, okay, everything was okay. Now, what is the next step? The next step, I think, is when we have to I think working with the length of these should probably be enough. There's no reason to really separate it into epsilon and kappa, because it's an coordinate system independent problem. And if you rotate stuff, then those epsilon and kappas change, but the length doesn't change. This is invariant on the rotation. Epsilon and kappa are not. So it probably anything that changes when you rotate stuff is something that you want to stay away from. So I think I'll have to work with this one. It's much better. And of course, yeah, E is a vector. Does it change? Yeah, it changes direction, but so does D1. So the end product then stays also. I call it in product. This is Dutch. I think I have to call it dot product. Yeah, I'm happy with this result. And then I did project E on D1. I'm not sure how to picture that. E is very small. If I project it on D1, those two things are already almost perpendicular. So yeah, that's going to be very small, hence the square. I don't think it makes much sense, however, to calculate this. I would rather calculate the projection onto the normal, one of the normals. I really wish I could make a drawing. Okay, make a drawing, but you can't see it. Something on paper. So I have D1. Oops, D0 I mean, and then we add E. It's a small vector. And then that result is D1. So D1 is D0 plus E. And I wrote it the other way around. Okay, so I draw rule. It would make more sense to write it the other way around. I'm sorry about that. I'm gonna do that. Too much of a perfectionist, maybe? I don't know. Yep, and then we get here as well. Happy New Year to you too, and no name. Right, now this matches what I have on my paper, because I wanted to draw the E that way. D1 is D0 plus E. I think you just have to pick a normal. Doesn't really matter which one. Let's pick N0. So N0 is like this. Or I can project E on N0. Let's call that E projected. And then we have, well, while we're working with N0 anyway, let's draw the line here. This is L0. And then we have a P point somewhere. I might as well call this one P0. And then we have a parallel line here. Say, that. Call this P2, P1, I mean. No, I cannot. Bullshit. This is the intersection point. And P1 is anywhere else on this line. And what I can do is project this vector onto, let's make a line here, perpendicular to that one. then that distance is P1 P0 in N0 dot N0. Yep. Can we draw this in ASCII art, or shall I just try to draw it somewhere else, because it's never possible to draw stuff like this in ASCII art, is it? I need two shallow diagonal lines, so no. I could draw just a point though, and then you have to imagine the lines, the diagonal lines. I guess, well, that's the best thing we can do. So let's say I'm having a horizontal line here, and that's L0. So that line goes through a point called P0. And so then I can draw, of course, a unit vector in here, which is the direction vector. Of this line. Okay, so this length of 1, and it's in the direction of the line. Ta-da! And then we have another point. Oh, but what am I doing? Good. Shift. Let's say here we have the intersection point. And the night wolf, well, start coding and don't stop anymore for the next 20 years at least. You see what I do? I work 7 days a week. I have an eye here. Doing math, by the way, at the moment, not coding. Okay, I'm gonna have a P1 up here. And you have to imagine a line through I and P1. So this is P1. And then to make it even worse, that line is said to be almost parallel to this line. And then you have to draw the same line again from here, which then goes up here, or rotate a little bit, so that ends up there, I guess. And that line is then the thought is about there maybe. No, it's a bit further. doing my best here to make yeah, so this is a line here. We call that line D1. Replace D1. Yeah, that's too bad. Let's there. And then vertically here, there isn't even a character in between here. But that would be my E. So E is a vertical thingy that is up here between from here to there. Yeah. So D1 equals D0 plus E. And E is not vertical actually because D1 is rotated a little bit. So maybe I should make this one a little bit longer. Yeah, hardly. That's also screwed up. Anyway, I have here the line also with the length of 1. Yeah, that didn't work. I should have moved everything down. It works outside. To this we can call N1, N0. It's perpendicular to D0, rotated anti-clockwise 90 degrees. Now you understand that if we project P0, P1 onto N0, then we get this line here, this height. I seriously want to draw some diagonal lines. The only bloody diagonal line I can draw here is almost vertical. So maybe I should have rotated everything 90 degrees. And then work with this line. Or you can go to that website again and try to draw it there. Kind of feeling that I do need it, you know. Or I could use my own program, of course. Let's see, this thing exists of lines, points, I have those. Arrows. I think it would be nice to have an arrow as well. If I could draw arrows, then I could maybe use my own program. I would be pretty slow, but at least then I would have a nice picture. Take me half an hour, I think, to draw it using the program. I think this one should be higher, or this one lower. Line through P0 and along D1 should not end in P1 because the line through I parallel to that line ends in it. So let's put this P1 one higher. Yeah, let's write a program. I'm writing a program to draw this kind of thing, so it's kind of really necessary that I use it. I'm going to make a program that draws this. So let's copy Cairo window to parallel lines.cxx. Style. I want to use a circle or an ellipse, and that is, I guess, I need to use 0. 0, 1, 2, 3. Oh, 3 already, but this one is filled. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I'll use number 10 for the fill shape. And then I need a point P0, which is basically somewhere like minus, well, actually, yeah, I don't know, -6. And let's rotate the whole thing a little bit. Or shall I first draw it and then rotate it? Evil thought. Probably easier, although the rotation I haven't in there yet. I think we'll have to imagine the rotation. So 10 by 10, 10 minus 10 to 10, so -6 is here. Let's put it, I don't know, halfway, which is at 0 then. You don't have curve characteristics, don't have a theta, I guess. The direction, yeah. I can make it not entirely horizontal, so let's make it let's actually use theta then. So we make a double theta. And then point it up a little bit. It would be m pi divided by 12, for example. And this is then my L0 line direction. Yeah, you have a delta theta because they must be almost parallel, you know. So that would be, should even be considerably less, maybe. Let's say, yeah, I don't know, man, 30, 50. Maybe it's a bit, that's too much, right? So maybe I should make this one more 45 degrees-ish. That is divided by 4, and then this one divided by 12. So we have another direction for line 1, which is then theta plus delta theta. Yeah, why am I doing it like this? This is like literally D0, and this is D1. So I could define a line that is vertical, I guess. So let's define a line that is vertical, and wherever P1 is, I don't know, it's one vertical helper line. How do we make vertical lines? Direction point, yep. So I need a vertical direction. Should make those by default, I think. That would be x0 and y1, so it's just pointing upwards. And then I can use here vertical direction, and then we'll use a point that is, I don't care, but the x direction is important. And it's the x direction of p. So let's say 6. This one is -6, so let's use 6, right? 6.0, and then I might as well use 0 here. And now we can determine a point. So I want to have a point which is P1, and that is then the cross intersection with the line with L, sorry, this is the L1 now, of course, because it's P1. I have to define L1 then. We have a line L1 which goes through, oh wait a minute, I don't have an L1. No, you have to define the intersection point. Its intersection point was a little bit left of P0, let's say -8. 0. Oh, that's nonsense. Damn it. Did I already define the L0? I need another vertical line, I think. A vertical line at -8. So this is vertical line at 6. I'll make a vertical line at -8. Wait, I said 6. 6, and this one is at -8. Yep, I can make a line L0 already. L0 goes through P0 and has direction D0. That works, right? Line, direction, point. Yeah. Oh, direction, point. Thought I had it the other way around. No, okay. So this is my line, L0. And then I can, because the line is under an angle, so it's not that clear. But I'm just going to define my intersection point, I, to be the intersection between L0. We get intersection with, and then the vertical line at -8. So this one, which one I should define before that, of course. And then I can define L1. L1 is the line through, well, L1 has a direction D1, which we already defined, and goes through the intersection point for obvious reasons. That's why it's the intersection point. So now I have both my lines. We have the directions, the points, P1. Oh, I don't have P1 yet, but I have both lines, so it's kind of then P1. Yeah, P1 is now the intersection between L1 and let's say the vertical line. 6. That's 6. So we draw this first. Points. Oh wait, I have to create them also. How many did I delete already? Nope. Yeah, we can delete all of this. Distance, run, P. Okay, just draw P1 first. Yeah, this is the plot point. I'm gonna call it the plot P1 then. Create point on the second layer, P1. And then the label is P1. I think this must be the plot point then, or not? Create text. Nah. Can be just P1. The same thing for P0. I already have plot P0, so that is more like plot. Let's sorry. Let's just let me just use a P point here, and then we create the draw object here. Plot P0. The label. We'll have to draw the lines. Fill help points, add pointer. That's what I otherwise would have done. Circle, maybe horizontal line. Yeah, I need to do a create line, so I'm gonna do the plot L0. Create line. This is from whatever line I have, so it should work. Demand that it works. And then of course for the other line, L1. Probably should draw the intersection point as well. Delete the rest. As vertical line through P0. Blah 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 blah. I can just quit here, I think. I think that's necessary. Intersection point. No, I want to see it first. Cannot create a line from a line. Create a line. Point to point or point in direction. Yeah, this should be possible. That should just be possible. Create and draw a line through according to, I guess. According to to line. And then we have here cairo in the line. And then I can just use that line dot point, comma, line dot direction, comma, line style. So I just call the other function. Source which parallel, where's my lines, parallel lines? It even exists. Isn't it amazing? We get nothing. Seriously. Nothing. What? So disappointing. I had not expected this. I thought it just works. It just works. Of course it just works. Nothing? Why am I getting nothing? Oh, probably because this. Yeah, let's wait for it. Yeah, that's the reason, of course. It just immediately wipes everything. That was stupid. There we go. Whoops. So we have two lines. P1 is not visible because it's somewhere up here above the 8. I rotated them too far, I think. So I want to make this must be almost parallel. So we make this one less, let's say 24th, and then this one still must go, well, yeah, I don't know, 24th. Let's say half of that distance. That would be both half then. Ding 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 bing. There we go. So I put above the 6 and why? I thought it was 8. One of them. Oh, this one is 8. So you have two lines, and this one is going through, both are going through the intersection point. This one goes through P0, this is L0, and this one goes through P1. Fluting never okay. But yeah, we want to complete this drawing, then there's a lot of other stuff that has to be drawn. So my line style has dashes now. Why? Line style has dashes. Yep. what to do. So I wanted to make that drawing, so I have to put in the direction vectors. I can draw a direction vector, let's say, from point P0. So this goes from P0 to P0 plus D1. I'm not sure I can do this, probably not, but then I'll have to add it. Plus D0, that would be nice. So there should be 2 points, and I'm too lazy to calculate it, so I'll just say add the 0 to it. And I need a line style. Let's use I don't know, the D line style. And this one, it also starts in P0. So I need to make a line style. I don't have purple. Oh yeah, saw that before. I should add a purple here, but okay. I'll choose something else. Live. Do I want them to be dashed? Yeah, probably. This is the D-line style. Let's add some tiny dashes. Right. And then this doesn't work because I can't add direction vector to a point. Yep. So let's add that and point. Let's do point plus direction. So point operator plus direction. Yeah. What? Unknown type name direction. Yeah, maybe it's not safe to add it. Just for declare direction here and then do it in a .cxx file. Which doesn't exist yet, of course. Point, there was a member function of point. Namespace of obviously cairo and what am I doing? What? Yeah. Okay, Caps lock maybe? X11. Yeah, that helped. Except that I wanted to do this. Never press caps lock when you're using VI. Not a good idea. Gluteus sys.h and of course point.h, and then we have to implementation of direction.h. Why is this compiling? What? Oh, it isn't. I mean linking. Yeah, because we have to still add that ICM new file. Point.cxx. Now, is that all you can do? Hardly visible. So I guess this is D1, and the other one is on top of that line, so it's hardly visible. I'm gonna make them red, and I have to draw it last. And zoom in. I think I want to make them a lot larger. Let's make this from -2 to +2, so that's more like everything must be a factor of 5. Different. That's annoying. 5. That not already enough? And then I wanted to draw this one last. Yeah, I'm already drawing it last. Maybe make the line width bigger. Line width 2. Now we don't see it, and I have no idea. Ugh, still small. Did I recompile it at all? What? Oh, the range is still the same. Range, where's my range? Yeah. This is volume. Should all be automated as well, eventually, I guess. Even this is hard to see. Can you imagine? Okay, now I want to draw arrows, unfortunately. I really want to draw arrows here. This must be an arrow. This must be an arrow. How do we do that? So that's our D style. I'm just going to think of an arrow thing. Dashes, arrowhead, comma, dot. Tja, what to dive here? So go both left, right, forward, up, down. Both is both none. Just in the direction of the of whatever the direction is. Forward. Vector. Just a normal vector. Yeah, anything works. It's a direction. I could call it arrow is direction. Don't even have vectors yet, actually. Oh boy. Something. And then you have to add a dot arrow to a line style. Yep. Think of a type. I had other types, enum types, which I instantly forgot. Like this one. Center left off. It's a text position. So boring. Boring enum name. I'm gonna call it arrow style. I can't think of anything else. This is already in draw, so we have arrow style here. Arrow, and the default is none, I guess, which probably already exists. Enum arrow style. What a mess. You get every color imaginable. Well, it's all the same type. Let's see if this compiles. Yeah, it compiles. Okay, then direction. It's a completely other direction, but okay, now we are here. Now implement the arrow stuff. So you have dashes offset. Arrow. What? It does not support that? I am shocked. How the hell is that possible? Arrows in Cairo. What the hell is this? It's Facebook. Oh, you get me out of here. Dot arrow address, blah blah blah. Nobody knows what Cairo is. Arrow Egypt. No, I don't think so. Drawing arrows with Cairo. That sounds more like it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, you're not lagging. I'm lagging, maybe. I don't know. Yeah. So this is a lot of code. Awesome. I was stuck in Trico like years ago. Helped me a lot. Please post the source code. The link box not working. Guess he did that because I saw a lot of code. No, that's pretty boring. Solid diamond circle and open. That would be the different styles. Even more styles. Arrowhead style. Why is there so much code separate all over the place? Okay. I think I'm going to eat. Always something else to interrupt. I mean, not eating, but now the arrows again. While I'm already working on something that is a sub-problem of a sub-problem of a sub-problem. Now, in the end, I have to add arrows anyway, but I don't like it that I got interrupted with arrows while working on the parallel line thing, which is just to calculate an intersection that I need for an arc, which I need as for another problem, and you know, just it's so endless. And I have to do it right, because if you just hack it in, then in the end everything comes collapsing down. So I'm thinking about, now I need a new class called Arrowhead, and then implement all of that, and it's gonna take a day, man, just to add arrowheads correctly. Duh. So I need a break before I have energy again to tackle this the right way. And then I'll be working on arrowheads. I mean, what the but okay. I'll be back later, okay?